Yes, yeah. Welcome back to another episode of the Klyph Notes podcast. We are live on location, man. Speck's Records and Tapes, Portland, Oregon. It's so dope to be doing this live. I've done a couple live, since the pandemic. But it's been a minute since I had a chance to sit and chop it up with this dude. We were looking, it's been like 2017.
Eons, man.
It's been way too long, yo. Mike Cape's back on the Klyph Notes podcast. What's good with you, man?
What's up with it, man? Happy to be here.
Bro, it's been, like I said, it's been way too long, but it's been a very eventful year, several years.
Yeah.
On several different levels. So off top, man, I've been checking in with my folk when I have them on here.
Yeah.
Just to see how people are doing, man, coming out of, the year 2020. So much happened in 2020, B. How are you doing off top?
Man, I'm solid, man. Definitely there's been some things that's happened during the pandemic, but I feel like also it's been a time for growth as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think me personally, I kind of needed to slow down a little bit and see what's in front of me. So I've enjoyed it for some reasons and not enjoyed it for other reasons. Yeah.
You've been you're a dude who's active on social media. So if people follow you on social media, they've had a chance to see some of the changes that have happened in your life. You are a married man now.
Oh yeah. I'm married now. Yeah, it's been about a year and 5 months, I think now.
Word,
yeah.
That's what's up, B. So has married life totally changed you? You like a totally different man now? Like we don't
I wouldn't say totally changed me, but definitely changed me for the better. I think changing me for the better.
Yeah.
Some things I've been good at. Some things I got to work on. Yeah, you learn a lot when you living with the person you love. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
The accountability piece is the biggest one.
True that.
You can't just kind of skirt by on things that you could when you wasn't living together.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's what's up, B, man. I love seeing you and your wife together, man. Like when you folks were dating, it was always so great to see how you supported one another in your art. Your wife's a wonderful artist, and it's cool to see that you folks have taken this next step and are continuing to grow in your relationship, man.
Definitely, man. I appreciate it, man.
That's what's up, B.
Big time.
Mm-hmm. And then you've been on your fitness game big, B.
Look, yeah, I think it started stronger. I need to get back on the not eating meat thing. I think that was when I made that decision. That was one of the best decisions I could have made. But,
yeah.
Had some jerky at a work meeting and it spun me backwards. You can't pass up jerky.
Mike was like, let me just get a little taste. Boom, that was it.
Yeah, bro. I was like, it ain't gonna get me sick, because in my head the whole time I was like, if I eat some meat again, it's gonna get me sick, and it didn't. So I was like,
messed up.
Burger sounds good. Yeah, but still, man, I definitely changed the way I eat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Outside of that, not eating as crazy as I was before.
Gotta stay on the health tip, man.
You gotta live.
Fitness is a habit, B.
Longer. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the thing that most of us know you for, music, B. Like you've been writing.
Yeah.
And you have put together a few songs for us to listen to, bruh.
Yeah, a few times 3. Yeah. Yeah, man, I've been working. It's done now at this point. Working on this next project called In Spite Of. I'm gonna be releasing it on July 20th.
Okay.
So a little less than a week from now.
Word. Yeah. So this will be by the time it releases, by the time this podcast releases, it'll be out.
Yeah.
What's the situation in terms of how you're releasing it, how people can tap into it?
Well, I'm releasing it through all the major distributions like Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, all of those. But I think I'm gonna release it early on Bandcamp on Sunday. So was that the 18th? Okay. For people that for the diehards and people that really been supporting me from the getting, people who also want to support me now.
Word up.
So just want to give it to the people that been there for a while now, early.
Yeah. So this project, man, Thank you off top for giving me an opportunity to listen to it, and I've been listening to it over and over, and this project is really good, bro.
Thank you, man. I'm excited as hell about it. Super excited. I mean, a lot of it is the vulnerability thing.
Yeah,
being more vulnerable in the records, and because I don't think I was, but like somewhere in the middle, it became more about being the best rapper. You know what I mean? So I think I'm more onto like the personal stuff with this one, way more personal. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
and shit, telling these stories and hoping to help other people.
So going into the project, deciding that you were going to release these songs as an EP.
Yeah.
Or maybe not even that. Maybe it's a better question is going through the writing process.
Yeah.
Was that a conscious decision that you felt like, I want to write, I want to be more vulnerable, I want to go in a different direction than what people have heard from me in the last couple of years?
Well, I think going back to the pandemic, I think being with yourself more and being more in your head, it allowed me to write more about that type of stuff instead of having like, sometimes your ego and competition, all of that can distract you from writing about things that's really going on.
Yeah.
So during this time I've been able to write and reflect more on things I've been going through. Yeah. And the project pretty much covers the last 3 to 4 years of my life. Yeah.
That was one of the things that was interesting to me, knowing you, being on part of your life journey. There were topics and conversations that you had on this record where we could really see we could see that it was a part of your journey. It was you telling your story of a part of your journey. There's conversations about being with the woman that you love, who's now your wife. Yeah. Which was really cool to be able to hear that now. You know what I mean? Looking back, you speak about your family a lot. One of the things that I really love about the project is you talk about how supportive your family is of your talent. Yeah. Especially your pops, how he became a fan of your art. And when you talk about how 2020 caused or gave you an opportunity to be reflective, was that something that you really gave a lot of thought to when you were in motion in, maybe 2018, 2019? As
far as like
just how the support that you got, the support from your family?
Yeah. It gave me time to reflect, but like they've always been, supportive of anything I've wanted to do, man. Yeah. Whether that was football or whether that was when I was little, wanted to be like a zoologist. I'm still into animals, but like with anything, they've always supported. So with music, I think I started writing. I was writing poetry like in 5th grade, and in 6th grade is when I started writing raps. Yeah. And then like around 8th grade is when my dad started found my notebooks. Yeah. And started trying to snoop in my notebooks and stuff like that. And from there, man, they just been supporting.
That's what's up, dude.
Yeah, my aunts, my uncles, cousins, my brothers, all of them. That's what's up. They all believe in what I do. So
yeah. There's a great photo it's probably on your Instagram, but on the internet, there's a great photo of your dad at downtown Portland. Yeah. During PDX, when it was PDX Hip Hop Day. Yeah. Just there in the crowd, man. It's such a dope picture to see once again. How your family is there to support you through this process. One of the other things that one of the things I told you that really made me smile, B. I've had an opportunity for a minute to hear WWJD, What Would Johnny Do? Yeah. And on the project, man, we get an opportunity to hear from him, and I had to smile when he said, "Oh, it's gonna be 90 degrees tomorrow because Mike K's inbox ain't full."
Yeah, bro. He'd leave a voicemail every time, bro. Yeah. Talking some form of shit. Yeah. But like the one that I was looking for originally to put at the front, it was like he had this thing where like if I didn't pick up the phone a couple times and I finally pick up, or if I call back, he'd be like, "Oh, is this Ray? Is this Charles? Is this Steven? Right. Oh, I do got a son named Michael." He's like, "What's up, boy?" Yeah. But that's what I originally wanted to put on the front, but I couldn't find it. So I had that. I went through my voicemails in my phone, and I found that when I was like, I'm gonna end up using this for something. Let me keep it.
Yeah.
Ended up putting it at the beginning of that track.
Word up. You having an opportunity to have family members on the record it's got to be nice. It's got to be nice because you're making art that's going to last forever. Yeah. And having your family be a part of that must be nice. Must be a good feeling.
Definitely, man. Because I come from a family that people wasn't really musicians, but we deeply into music. You know what I mean? Like my aunt Lodi, she introduced me to so many different genres of music, soul, funk, reggae, rap, everything. I grew up there a little bit, learning about music through her. And then also just my grandma was a singer, so music always been a thing. And then also my family, not really career people. Yeah. So they tend to support the things that aren't what are practical. You know what I mean? When we choose to do them, they support anything we do. So as long as it's positive, as long as we ain't out here, causing no havoc or nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
One of the things that you touch on, and you've talked about it before in your music, but I think even to a greater degree, you talk about the struggle that you had coming up, that your family had coming up, just making it from day to day. You talk about that a couple times on this record, man. And again, just thinking about vulnerability. And when you're writing and you're going to release music like this, you're going to release content like this to the world, is that do you have a conversation with your folk to say, yo, I'm about to put this out there? Or
nah, because they just know it's the truth. It's part of their truth as well when I put it out there. But it's also in my family, I'm kind of seen as the one that is gonna do the right thing a lot of the time. But like also, a lot of people know me for being real opinionated and all of that type of stuff. But with my family, I'm more quiet. You know what I mean? I'm more of like the what is the word I'm looking for? The diplomatic one in my family. I'm more so that person. So when they hear my music, they get to figure out what I be thinking. Yeah. So they be ready to hear the music to be like, all right, what was he thinking? Yeah. Because I was raised in a loving family, but we didn't really express, the deeper shit with each other. So when they hear the music, it's like, all right, that's what he was thinking. Yeah.
One of the other things that you touch on the record is a sense that you recognized that you had an opportunity to be a difference maker in your family, that you had an opportunity to sort of change the narrative or to change the struggle. You know what I mean? You speak on that in this record, which I think is really cool, B, that you feel the responsibility of taking that on. Is that is there pressure associated with that, or do you feel like that's just what we working with?
It's definitely. I mean, the pressure don't come the pressure doesn't come from the pressure I put on myself. It's more so like seeing family members going through it, or financially, or physically, or mentally. That's more so the pressure, like trying to fix things before they're not here no more. You know what I mean? Try to change things before they're not here. Yeah. So that's what I was speaking to on the track, like urgency. Yeah, when I was talking about my parents and brothers and all that type of stuff. So yeah. But it's also I've felt that way since, you get the feeling of like you the one that's supposed to change things. Yeah. And I felt that way since probably like 12. So yeah, so it's something that I'm used to. Yeah.
That's what's up.
But they don't put that on me. It's something I kind of put on myself.
Which is cool to, once again, and especially at a younger age, feeling that sense of I'm not even gonna say sense of responsibility. I'm gonna say sense of opportunity. Yeah, you know what I mean. To know that you have an opportunity to to create a different situation for the people that you love. I think that's really dope.
Yeah, definitely.
So the project, In Spite Of. Yeah. What's up with the name, B?
So it's really just the theme of like that's my life in general, but like the last 3 to 4 years, just in spite of, bro, like in spite of obstacles or in spite of what's going on in your life, or in my life in this case, got to keep going. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so it's in spite of ... because you could fill that in with anything that ... Yeah. So in spite of death, in spite of pressure, in spite of broken relationships, in spite of shit going on in your family, you still got to find a way to figure it out and keep going.
Yeah. I want to talk about I want to talk about some specific songs. I want to, once again, the project will be out by the time that this releases. So y'all go cop the project. You know what I mean?
Yes, it's out for pre-order right now.
There it is.
Well, this right now won't be right now when you hear this, but yeah.
So I'm gonna talk about a couple tracks in particular. I'm actually gonna start with Adamant, since you spoke on, with the statement that you just made. I like that track because I feel like it's very much a look. This is what it is. You can't cry about it. You just gotta you gotta keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Beyond that statement, what was your thought beyond writing that and then putting it out there for people?
For that song, a lot of the time when I'm writing songs is to get me through. You know what I mean? It's something that I'm telling myself and it end up being a song.
Yeah.
So with that, I think the hook, what is it? I can't think of it right now, but
I would play it, but then we might get a ding on the podcast.
Yeah. But yeah, bro, when I wrote Adamant, it was basically telling myself, like, are you serious about asking my questions? Are you serious about this mission with the music that you want to do? And if you are, despite where you are financially at that current moment, like, you still got to keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And as far as the placement in the project, it's like that's me, like, reaffirming what I'm trying to do. Because it started out with a prophecy from like my Bible study teacher, and then Adamant, it was just me talking to myself for the most part. Like, you got to stand on this shit.
Yeah. I think that's cool. I said to you, and it may have just been like in a conversation that we were having, but there's music, there's parts of your art that you've released that I've really appreciated, because I feel like you really speak to people, man. And we were having a conversation about how do you balance making great music that people will be able to absorb, people will be able to appreciate, without coming across as preachy. Because I know oftentimes people who are lyricists, they try to balance that.
Yeah.
And I feel like on this record, on that song in particular, it's interesting that was a song where you were asking yourself those questions, but I feel like it was also an opportunity. You were giving others an opportunity to ask themselves those questions, whether they're artists, whether they're just moving through their lives, which I think is powerful, B.
Yeah, man, through working a job that I've worked with, Step Up, and it's mentoring youth and things like that, I realized that when you working through your own trauma, a lot of the times you helping other people figure it out. So that's what I was trying to do with my music. Yeah. That's what I try to do with my music. Just, lead by example. If I'm gonna put myself out there and try to work through my stuff with my music, it may encourage somebody else to do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, whatever way it is, the expression may not be music, but just encouraging people to start.
That's what's up. That's powerful, baby.
Because I come from a lot of trauma generationally, so that's something I'm trying to. If I can help other people deal with theirs, then that's a win.
That's what's up, no doubt. You mentioned the first thing that we get to hear is a prophecy on the record.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is there are so many different thoughts and ideas and concepts of speaking things into existence, or truly people who speak prophetic words.
Yeah.
Why'd you choose to put that at the beginning of this project?
So I felt like, that's by my Bible study teacher. His name is Deion Spencer, and that's something it was during the pandemic. Well, we still in it, but like it was a Bible study Zoom meeting, and he was doing like prophecies, and he got that, and then my wife had the idea to record it. I wasn't thinking about that, and she recorded it while we were talking, and I wanted to start the record out with that, because before taking that leap with quitting my job at that point, I feel like that made sense to put at the beginning, because it's talking about acting on your gifts and trusting your gifts and trusting God giving you those gifts. Yeah. And the whole project is kind of set on me believing in my gift, hitting walls with it, and being like, damn, when is this going to do what it need to do? And then finding the fuel to do it, to get back to it and things like that. So.
Yeah. You go from that track to one of my favorite songs, Affirmations.
Yeah.
And you say, hope I don't misquote you, but you start off by saying, "I believe in fear, but I believe in God."
Yeah. I know that fear is real, but I believe in God.
Yeah. Again, bro, just such a powerful statement.
Yeah. Thank you.
Why express it that way though? You know what I mean? How do those things do you look at those things as being opposite of one another? Do you look at your belief in God helping you overcome fear? Like what's behind that?
I'm saying, like, in realities we live in, fear is real.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I believe in faith over fear.
Word.
I also believe when you press up against fear, you grow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When you step outside of that box you used to, you grow.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm more so alluding to. Like when I quit my job, you know, that's something practical. Usually when people in this world, when people quit or lose something that's practical, that's bringing in money, there's a fear with that, you know, especially doing something that's like, you know, art ain't meant to make money in the first place. Right. You know what I mean? So, you know, quitting your day job and then going and doing something that isn't definite, is like a lot of people would be fearful of that. Yeah. So I wanted to encourage people to, like, if it's a passion, you gotta go after that shit.
Word.
I feel like we got one life to live, and we can't try to live it the way somebody else tells us to live it. So that's what that was about, you know what I mean? And then also just having faith, whatever your faith is, whether you're a Muslim, you Jewish, you Christian, or any other religion or practice that you do. And just having faith that you could do what you sent here to do. You know?
I dig it. I dig it. A thought just came to me. And I believe the same thing. I believe that we create art for the love of creating art. Yeah. That being said, shout out to my guy Hanif, who lets us know constantly. You pay for people. You look, man. Go buy the album.
Definitely. No, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you not to buy the album. Nah. If anything, I'm telling you, I took the leap. I need you to help fund that.
100%.
If you feel the music, I'm not forcing nothing on nobody though. You know.
Yeah.
But I think you're gonna feel the music.
So it's funny that you say that, because that was one of the things that, like, when I first listened to it, I really felt the music. I really felt the project. This project, I feel, is different from as a complete project. I feel like it's different from what I've heard from you in the past. There are so many things to take from it. I feel like your pen on this project, B, sharp.
Man, I appreciate that, man.
Just like sharp, B.
Big time, I appreciate that.
You know, obviously you've been at this for a minute. You've put out a lot of music. You've had a lot of opportunities to touch stages. You obviously take this craft seriously, but like your pen is just so sharp on this project. You know, you can tell that I feel like there's so much growth that you see in you through this project. Thank you, which is so cool. Every once in a while you hear a project or you hear a song, but especially a complete project like this, that you get a sense of, if the world lasts this long, 15, 20 years from now, people are still going to be like, oh yeah, like that. And I feel like this is that.
Thank you. Hey, that's huge.
You know what I mean?
That's huge.
I feel like the combination of your pen and then the production, the beat selection, there's so much that went into this. From the time you said, okay, I'm going to put this grouping of songs together until you mastered it. How long did you work on this?
Man, some of the songs on here are 3 years old, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I kind of, instead of like forcing myself to write the best raps or whatever, I kind of just let life inspire me to write the songs more than like being like a manufacturer of words, you know what I mean? It was more so like, all right, something happened right now, I need to write about it, and then just let it go, you know what I mean? And do it that way instead of just trying to be like, oh, this is a formula for this type of song, I'm gonna write this. I kind of just made it off pure, you know, instinct and guts, you know?
That's what's up.
And I think Tupac said it, but like I feel like music lasts when you speak to the conditions of humanity. So like that's something that's always stuck with me. And with this one, that was really something that I was thinking about when I made it. Something that anybody can listen to, the everyday person can listen to and pull something from it. I didn't want, and I always think about like I don't want no skips on it. Mm-hmm. I mean, some people gonna skip songs, but like,
yeah, bro, like that joint.
Nah, but yeah, I wanted it to flow. I always spend a lot of time on like the flow of a project. I wanted to feel like a good book. You know what I mean? Intro, you get to the climax, and you come down, and then you get the message. Yeah. So that's really what I wanted to do with this. Yeah. Something that people could live to, music to live to.
Yeah. And I feel like you were successful in doing that. So talking about someone like yourself who is even that, bro. Anyway, talking about somebody who's a lyricist as you are, but you do need to balance that sonically so that people, so that it's sweet to the ear.
Definitely.
And that's one science. That's one of the things I feel like, again, as a complete project, this definitely does that. So in terms of beat selection, who were some of the beat makers that you worked with on this project?
Well, so I'm gonna go in order. With Affirmations, that was Klyph.
Okay.
He sent me that beat maybe 4 years ago, but I didn't get to write into it until like maybe a year and a half after that.
Yeah.
But Klyph is on it. Mm-hmm. The second track, Urgency, is a cat named Beats by P. Mm-hmm. Third track, Hunger, is by a cat named Ben Brain. Mm-hmm. Tired is by Loner Beats.
Shout out Loner Beats.
Yeah. What comes after that? Oh yeah, Reloaded Freestyle. That's by Dante.
Okay.
Reminders is by Dante. Mm-hmm. What Would Johnny Do is by Flamingo.
Oh, Flamingo. Okay.
Yeah, and then Adamant is by it's either Jeb or Jeb.
Okay.
But he's out of Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, man. I didn't intentionally put these beats with each other. The songs that I wrote them and then I put them in an order that I felt would work sonically.
Yeah. It definitely does.
It's definitely a story type.
Yeah. Like you said, it is like a beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah.
One of the things that I found, it's kind of funny, because I'm still listening through, and I can honestly say, I mean, it's cool to be able to listen to it in the car.
Yeah.
The length is perfect for some of the drives that I have to do.
Yeah.
But I do find myself getting to the end and then going back to the beginning, because it does make you want to go back and listen again, because there's so much depth to the pen.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, sonically it's so sweet. So we talk about the beat, the beat selection, the beat creators, but what about production? Because that's one of the other things that came across to me, is that so much was done. So I'm kind of mad at you though, bro. So look,
you mad at me, bro?
I was listening and I was jogging, right?
Yeah.
I had my headphones on, and I thought I was about to get hit because I hear the screeching tires of the vehicle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like sonically, it's so it's just so well done. So in terms of production, in terms of
like post-production
ideas,
yeah, man. So as far as the song you talking about Hunger.
Yep.
That was a decision I made in like the mixing process. I was like, man, it'd be tight, because I kept listening to it. I said it'd be tight if we added like some screeching tires here, because we talking about hunger, we talking about hustling. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm saying I got to get to it. You know what I mean? So putting those in the background, I feel like you got to stimulate people in different ways and keep the ear. You got to keep it in the game when they listen to a song. So I wanted to add that in there. I got that type of stuff from like Biggie. You know what I mean? A lot of the time in Biggie's records, you would hear like background noises that reflect what he's talking about in the record. Yeah. And I feel like that always added to putting people there. Yeah. So like that was my thought process with stuff like that. Yeah. And then you got bass played by Brass Clouds throughout it, and that was different for me. Yeah. Because before, as a rapper, I'm more so geared towards the drums. So like as long as the drums was cool before, I was like, all right, this works. But like but with a bass line, I didn't realize like the super importance of a bass line until Brookfield Deuce was telling me about it. You know what I mean? And I was like, all right, I'm gonna try that. Yeah. And then Stuart Villain hooked me up with Brass Clouds, and he did like 3 of the records on there.
That's what's up, man.
What else on there is post-production type stuff?
I mean, I found just like a lot of little things be like the way you did and where you put your ad libs. I mean, there's so much nuance to the records on this EP. You know what I mean? That just seem they just pull everything together, man. Growth. I mean, it just feels like growth in your creative process.
Yeah, one of the main growth things to me is like asking for feedback during the creative process. Because with any other project before, now some rappers send like snippets of something new they just started working on.
Right.
Me, I've always been like, I'm gonna record it to how I wanted to record it, and people will hear it on the back end, and I'll take feedback on the back end, but not really take it all. But like at certain points with this project, I will post the tracks like halfway done in a grouper, and I'd ask for feedback. You know, I mean, you taking the meat and spit out the bones, but like a lot of the feedback was good. You know what I mean? That I needed to hear. Yeah. And Deuce, Dre, Sam, that, you know, they challenge. So like it was a good growing process with letting people challenge what I'm creating. Yeah. Cause like for me, music has always been like super personal. Cause I started writing music out of like to deal with my own thoughts and like self-preservation type thing. So that's a new thing for me to let people in on the creative process. So I think that's why you're hearing a lot of growth on that end. Yeah. It's not just my thoughts on the track record, it's other people's opinions being implemented on it as well.
I had a thought that sort of leads me to, you keep yourself surrounded by obviously people who have positive impacts on you, people who you believe in, people who you know will be honest with you, and I think that's important. You don't have a lot of just a bunch of yes men around you.
Nah, hell no.
But I was listening to the Project B, and I just knowing your journey, I wanted to ask you, what do you think Star would say?
I think he would fuck with this tough. Hey, man, I didn't even think about it. That made me smile. Yeah, I think he would fuck with it tough.
Yeah, talking about Star Child.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Star Child, man. I think he would like the balance on it, man. Something that somebody told me, who was it that told me when they was listening to it? One of my homeboys named Dante, not the producer, but like, he was like, man, I called you and I was trying hard to find like critical feedback for you on it. He was like, but every time I thought in my head, like, okay, I need to hear this type of, it came right after the track that he was thinking that on. Yeah. And this is a critical type of dude. He don't just say yes about rap. So when he said that, I'm like, all right, the cohesiveness is there, bro.
Word up.
It's like your palate is something to cleanse your palate with each track after the next.
And listening to so I got an opportunity to hear an early version, and then I got an opportunity to hear the final version. Yeah. And there were some things that was different on the final version, and so you mentioned the Reloaded freestyle that's on there, and at the beginning of the Reloaded freestyle, you got this dope feature. Yeah. It's not really a feature. It's kind of a feature. Yeah. You got Nardwar on there interviewing Dame. Yeah. And Dame says that he feels like you're the best rapper in Portland. Yeah. He even putting himself up against you, he feels like you're the best rapper in Portland. Yeah. That's high praise.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. He been supporting my music since it was early on, man, like 2013. Yeah. He came to a Holocene show out of the blue. And then when I got off stage, he had posted, while I was on stage, he had posted a video on his IG. I was like, yeah, this dude cold, bruh. Yeah. And then I got off stage and people was like, Dang posted you? I'm like, dang. It's like, yeah, he in the back. I said, for real? And I went to the back. We shook it up and was talking about music, man. Yeah. So, but like, he said that to like, cause he got access to, the high profile engineers and stuff like that. He was working with Kanye's engineer one night. I came over there at the studio he worked at downtown, and he was there. He was like, hey, this the best rap, like, cause he said it in private too. Yeah. So it's like, it's just cool, cause I know what type of music he listened to, so it was just cool to hear that. Yeah. And also, man, anybody would want that type of notoriety as far as somebody like that messing with your music. You know what I mean? It's like, it's no different than LeBron playing somebody's music in the weight room. You know what I mean? Right. So yeah, it was just cool, bro. He's a solid individual. Yeah, he truly is. I mean, I think he's shown that time and time again. Yeah, and the reason I didn't put that on there to like flex or stun on nobody. Like in the story of the project, that's where that really happened. You know what I mean? You got tired. Like when I was hitting the wall, like, bro, this shit. Like I'm very known for my music, but like the notoriety don't match up with like me being able to change shit for my family and myself financially. So that's what tired is about. But then after that, I was in a little low. And then I woke up to people sending me what Dame said. It was like, bro, you hear what Dame said?
Yeah.
Then I seen it was on Narwhal. I was like, oh shit. I was like, Narwhal know my name
exactly,
like that?
Exactly.
That was big for me. Like, damn, because I always wanted to get interviewed by him. I like his quirkiness.
Right.
Maybe being from Portland is that's a thing, but yeah, when he said my name, I was like, damn, he know my name, bro. Like, and then Dame cemented it on there. So that really happened in the flow of things. It wasn't like just put there to be put there.
Yeah.
Like that really, and that's why the track is called Reloaded.
Yeah.
Because that gave me the extra boost that I needed at the time to keep going.
Yeah.
Like every skit, everything on there is set in a place where it makes sense.
That's what's up, big. Like you said, it's a story.
Yeah, some people gonna take it as a flex or whatever, bro. But to me, that's people's ego. You know what I mean? I ain't make this project. When I was writing it, I decided to let go of ego all the way while I was writing it. So it's not no ego project.
You've touched stages all around the city of Portland. You've done festivals. We've had an opportunity to see you, play in situations where maybe we haven't seen a lot of rappers in Portland. You've graced the covers of magazines, and you've been voted as, you've won a ton of awards in the city of Portland. You've done so much in Portland. Yeah. And you talk about on the record, I'm not trying to impress nobody local. Like my vision is bigger than that.
Nah, and that's not even a knock on the locals. I just think, like I was saying earlier, the music it got to touch humanity, you know what I mean? Yeah. And humanity is beyond Portland, Oregon. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm speaking to. Like, I want my music to go further than that. Yeah. And it's not so much about me wanting notoriety. It's more so about me wanting to help folks, you know what I mean? And hear that message, you know what I mean? Because I feel like the talent of music for me is God-given. Yeah. It's not something I picked up to try to be cool or be popular or something that I've been doing for a while. So
word.
And at this age, I feel like I'm standing I'm standing with the whole fact that it's a purpose with my music, Mm-hmm. So I do want to go beyond here and all of that. And I'm ready for whatever, God give me. I hope he give me a lot with it,
Yeah.
For sure.
Word up. Yeah. On the project, you speak of some of the challenges and struggles. You speak of family stresses and family struggles. And on the project, we hear you talk about your dad battling cancer. Yeah. And since, at the time of the release of the record, he lost that battle. Yeah.
I say he won, bro.
Word.
I look at it like, man, he had a form of cancer that usually take people out in a year, and he held up for 6 years.
Word.
So I feel like he won. Yeah. And I feel like, I don't know, it's different when you go through that journey with somebody. Like cancer, different. That's a different type of death. It ain't sudden. It's something that's like, it progressively, it'll get better and then it'll get worse. It'll get better and then it'll get worse. And I feel like he won, you know what I mean? He ain't got to deal with that pain no more. So
word.
Yeah. I think we all got to go somehow, but that was, the ticket he pulled. But I feel like he fought it as hard as he could. Yeah. I feel like he maybe stayed around longer for us, if anything. So yeah.
That's dope. Yeah.
That was his mentality though. And I pulled from that inspiration. Yeah. That's why I made the song What Would Johnny Do? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because I was down and out. I was like, what would he do? And just keep going. Yeah. In spite of.
And that's, again, I think there is that recurring thought throughout the project that, like, you just gotta, you do have to do that. You do have to keep, you gotta pull through this. I often say the sun is coming up tomorrow, one way or another, with or without us. So what you gonna do?
Exactly. And then you see it too, like when my dad passed, the world keep going how it's going. People give their condolences, all of that. Yeah. The first week or two, but things keep going how they were going to go anyway, you know what I mean? So you got to keep going. And rather than laying down and being, depressed over it, which, I mean, that's a valid human reaction to something like that. But for me, I know I can't operate like that. So I took it like inspiration, fuel. Yeah. My dad would definitely tell me, keep going. Yeah. Keep going. So that's what Would Johnny Do? Like, that question is posed like, in a way like, all right, this is exactly what he would do. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I see there's a chance to pick up the flag that he had and carry it on. So, yeah, I take my last name serious. So.
No doubt. Yeah. I got a couple questions for you from the audience.
Oh shit! Can I cuss on here?
Bro, you've been cussing since we started. Now you gonna ask? You know this Klyph Notes,
shit,
bro.
You
at home, B. You at home.
Yeah.
So shout out to a couple people, man. Big Wino.
Yeah, what's up with
Rated
it, bro?
Ill Records, man. He said, what goal do you hope to achieve in music?
That was the question?
That's the question.
Man, it's to impact people, man. That's really what it is with the music. Impact people and hope the music live on.
Yeah.
Beyond me, bro. I try to, even with Concrete Dreams, I try to make that to where like somebody 20, 30 years down the line could pick it up and get something from it.
Yeah. And
that's the same thing with this. You know what I mean? Lately I just been trying to make music that follows where I am in life in a certain time period, you know what I mean, and put that out. Because I feel like that allows people to grow with you and it allows people to grow with your music.
Yeah.
And I'm not the only, 31-year-old going through what I'm going through, you know what I mean? So if people can hear it and get inspiration or get ideas, that's the whole point, bro.
Yeah.
But I definitely, in the other side of it, financially, I'd like to be able to do it 100% and be able to support a family off of it.
Yeah.
For me, like looking at somebody like Cool Nuts or Versatile or you know what I mean? Y'all inspirations to keep doing this because y'all are living and doing it, you know what I mean? And also having y'all other passions on the side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I want to be able to live off of it.
That's what's up.
I don't have to be super famous or nothing like that, but I definitely want my respect for my music, but the whole point is not being, Instagram famous and being in tabloids, and I could do without that.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to leave a mark.
Yeah. What you said on the record, you said likes don't pay the light bill?
Hell no, likes don't pay the light bill. And I said, can't pay no light bill with no likes. Can't pay no mortgage off of no hype. You can't, bro. Like that in that line, I put that there on purpose because it's like, the likes is good, the hype is cool, but like we live in a world where you really got to get to it and you got shit you got to pay for. Yeah. And you got family, you got all types of stuff. Like getting married really put another level of responsibility on me because it ain't just me. Right. You know what I mean? It's my wife. Yeah. And if I want to have kids one day, it got to be pushed up to another level of responsibility. So
no doubt.
That's what that's about. And it's just telling people, bro, this music shit is not just about the flashiness and the little surface shit. Yeah. Not, at least not how I look at it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what that was about.
That's what's up, man. I got another question for you.
Yes, sir.
So this one comes from D Dwilly. He said, "What's the next step in evolving your music?"
Next step in evolving my music, I'd like to do a whole project over live music. That's something that I'd like to do. Learn how to work with a band. Yeah. I think that's the next step.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be dope. I could hear that. I could hear that. And I think it takes more so live, but I think probably even with recording, I think it takes a special MC to be able to do that. Yeah. But I also think, especially live, it creates an avenue for you that's different when you're playing with a live band versus performing with a DJ. Facts. You just have more space, you have more room to do stuff. Yeah. So I could see that. I think that would be dope.
And also touring. I've never toured. Yeah. I've performed in other states and cities, but I've never been on like a tour. So that's something coming out of this pandemic is something that I really want to do. Yeah. Even if it's just starting on the West Coast, doing a West Coast leg, I'm ready to do that type of stuff. So
that's what's up, man. Yeah. Shout out to Music Portland. I mean, I know that they're working on some things to create opportunities for people to tour and creating spots, you know what I mean, along the avenue for people to be able to hit. Yeah. I got one more question from you. This is another one from Big Wino. He says, what is Mike Capes' driving force?
My driving with music or just in life in general? Or?
What is Mike Capes' driving force?
My driving force is to be better, bro. Yeah. Not be better than nobody else, but to be better than my last self, you know? Yeah. Always try to be better. Yeah. There was a point where like, Sheesh and Cold Blooded where I was really caught up in the what other rappers think or how they feel about my music or how they talking about me. Yeah, yeah. And that's where a lot of that energy came from, like ego-driven stuff. And at the time, it was necessary, I think. And I've grown away from that. But like, yeah, bro, like it's getting better. Yeah. And also bringing the people that I love along with me and helping them get better. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got family that's, still deal with a lot of the trauma they got, Yeah. Yeah. And not always in the best ways, but like I try to be an example because I come from the same exact stuff. So try to be strong enough to be an example.
That's what's up, man. So I've been kind of noticing now things are opening up. We have an opportunity to get out and obviously be amongst one another and network again. And it's interesting to see this generation of artists coming up and what's happening. We're seeing collectives doing more. We're seeing, different nights, different DJ nights, different event nights that are popping up in the city. There seems like there's an energy in the city right now that's a healthy energy. I think we have an opportunity now to see growth of artists and just continuing to see that coming together and that fostering of talent and those things in the city. What do you feel like? I mean, or do you give any thought to your impact on the current Portland hip hop scene?
Do I give any thought to it? I give thought to it, but I also I feel like, man, you ever seen Power Rangers?
No.
You never watched Power Rangers, bro?
This is a little before my time, or a little after my time. I don't know.
What's the other one, man? The other robot one where they all connect and Voltron. You see Voltron? Yeah. Is there little dudes inside of them controlling the robots?
I think so.
So I see it like that. Like I kind of operate like with it. The robot is me, but like I kind of operate in my own headspace. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah. To where sometimes I don't always realize my impact. I know there's an impact, but I don't always realize it because I'm working. Yeah. I realize it when I'm out here just doing regular shit, like going to New Season, and people are like, "You Mike Capes?" I'm like, yeah. I really mess with your music, and it's like that's humbling to me because I don't walk around. When people meet me, I don't even tell them I'm a rapper off top. I feel like for me, that's some of the corniest shit ever. I just kind of like, I'm Mike. Right. Then I let them kind of figure out. But like, it's always cool to see people react that way. Because I know it's not from me trying to paint myself as this larger than life person. It's like they listen to the music and really got something from it and they feel away. Yeah. So that's when I realized the impact of things. And it's not rappers. It's like just regular everyday people from different demographics, black, white, Asian, whatever it is, that walk up to me and say things like that, or they inbox me, stuff like that, or a youth would tell me a song got him through or something, or an adult. Them are the things that I count as like impact and success. But as far as like magazines and all of that, I think I look at that all as like checkpoints rather than like something to like get crazy about. Right. I feel like, and that's another thing with this record, in spite of, is more, I'm trying to paint the picture like it's more about the journey than it is thinking of a destination. Yeah. That comes across. If you just think about a destination, you're never going to be satisfied with the journey part of it. Yeah. So that's what I really wanted to paint on there. Is, stay present in the journey aspect of it. Because the destination can change a bunch of times, but.
And it's I think I've said this a couple times. For me, I feel like there we get an opportunity to just see your growth. I mean, as an elder statesman in this situation, man, I have learned that. I continue to need to be reminded of it, but I have learned that if you don't enjoy the journey, you miss out on so much of it, right? Facts. And the fact of the matter is, the journey is really the most important part, right? Because that's how you build into yourself. That's how you build into others. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. But you have to spend time in the journey. And whatever's gonna come is gonna come. Exactly. Right. Yeah. You just do the work, and then what comes from it. You know what I mean? Like. Yeah. I just look at every little accomplishment as like a checkpoint more than anything. Like on a video game, get to a certain point, it's a checkpoint. Yeah. Game save right there, and then you keep going. Yeah. That's how I look at it. Yeah, bro. I just never walked around like I'm Mike Capes. Like that's not me, bro. Like I may got opinions and all of that type of thing, but like I'm not arrogant. I'm confident in what I do, but I'm not arrogant. Yeah. But I do remember like a time period where it was like I was very competitive, and if anybody said anything, I felt the way. How you want to beat up rappers, you know what I mean? But like, nah, bro. It's an art form. Yes, all day long. Yeah. In Spite Of is out right now. People can cop it. Are we gonna have a chance to sit with this? Because like I said, to me, there's so much to digest from this project, right? We talked about the lyricism, we talked about the production, we talked about just how well it's put together. Are we gonna have a chance to sit with this, or do you have the next one loaded in the chamber, ready to go?
Nah, we gonna sit, bro, because And my original thing was like, all right, let each one sit for 2 months. But like, man, I don't want to put that on it.
Yeah.
And the more and more people that listened to it and gave me feedback, it's like, bro, people need to sit with this type thing.
Yeah.
So like, I wanna have people to be able to sit with it. I don't want to rush nothing. Because the next one is a complete different. Each one is a complete different feeling.
Okay.
So the next one is not like, it's what we talking about. I'm gonna just say it. It's what ego. We was just in the ego. So the next one is about the ego.
Uh-oh.
You know what I mean? So it's more that talk shit.
Yeah.
Rapper Mike Capes.
Okay.
But, or I might be talking about some things I feel a way about and say it in a more brash way.
Yeah.
You know, it's not as introspective as what In Spite Of is.
Yeah.
But then there'll be another feeling right behind that. So
okay. There was one other thing that I wanted to touch on, man.
I'm chilling, bro.
Reminders.
Reminders, yep.
Bruh. Jane Hancock, bruh.
Bruh, she's incredible.
Bruh.
And once again, Deuce, bro. Brookfield Deuce, man. Yeah. Like, he was like, when he heard it, he didn't let me just be okay with it being what it is. He's like, bro, this can be elevated. Yeah. He's like, this could be elevated. You need a singer on it, bro. He's like, can I send this to Jane? Yeah. And I was like, sure. Yeah. Sent it to her. He sent it back to me with her vocals on it. And we arranged it a certain way. I was like, bro, this is crazy. Yeah. And it added a whole nother element to the track. Yeah. And also, man, even with all the tracks, I was trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? Brevity? Is that the word? I was trying to like not over rap on every track. You know what I mean? Like let the music just be what it is instead of like saying, nah, this need 2 verses. Yeah. Like if you listen to it, you can hear this different. Like the way stuff is arranged is way different. Yeah. It's not like verse, hook, verse, hook. Like it's not formulaic like that. So that's another thing I like about it. But Reminders is, a lot of people say that's their favorite track off of it. Yeah.
That's why I definitely want to touch on that. For me, one of the things that I felt like you did on the project, on different songs on the project, is you created space. You created space for, and I guess that's when I was talking earlier about like the nuance of some of the songs, and like you just create space for some of those things to happen, for us to kind of sit. You sit in the pocket so well on this project, man. Like you would you would consider a singer. I just think that the project is real open, and we get a chance to just sit with things. Which again, that's why I asked. We're going to have a chance to sit with this project because I think there's a lot to delve into. One of the things that you've done in your career when you release music is your eye for visuals is always nice. We gonna get any visuals from this one?
Oh yeah, definitely, bro. Yeah, more visuals. That's something I feel like I needed to pick my game up in. And yeah, man, Jacob right here is one of them cats that's bringing the visuals to life, bro. So yeah, bro, I trust what he do. Yeah, we haven't worked on a whole bunch of stuff, but I trust a lot in what he do in his eye. And then because with the Vanna White video that we just put out, bro, like I love that video, the cuts, the edits and everything, bro. But yeah, man, I definitely want to up it with the visuals. Okay. Yeah, you're definitely going to get more visuals than you used to, I think.
That's what's up. So the goal, obviously, is to get out and touch some people who haven't had an opportunity to see you, and for you to see some places that you haven't had an opportunity to see yet. Yeah. You've been, as I mentioned, you've been all over Portland. You've hit every stage that there is to hit. Yeah. And so it's time to... it's time to reach outside of that. Yeah. Are there any plans in place that you can speak of right now?
As far as shows and things like that? Yeah. Nah. There'll be shows here that I know of right now, but I don't have any set up, but I do know cities that I definitely want to go to and perform. Yeah. But another thing, the whole point of the project outside of In Spite Of and all of that is like, it was like a reintroduction. I feel like people needed to be reintroduced to who I am and what I'm about, and that's what the project is. It's like a foundation for the rest of everything else. So that's why at first people was telling me, man, don't put this one out in the summer, bro. Like this is more like a fall, winter type thing. But I thought to myself, like, bro, I'm trying to make timeless music, so I feel like put it out whenever you feel like putting it out. Yeah. Because the stuff I'm talking about is more than just for a season. Right. So that's what made me put this out. But I know I just went off track, but what was the question again?
About touring.
Touring. Yeah, man, I want to tour bad.
Okay, but nothing's locked in right now.
Nah. Okay. And I'm okay with the process, man. But like, I love away games. Yeah. I look at performing somewhere else as like an away game in football. Yeah. You're going to turn it up another notch. I love it.
No doubt.
I love people in the crowd not knowing who I am at all.
Yeah.
And then having to win them over. So I'm looking forward to going any and everywhere. I don't care if it's outside of the country. Like,
got that passport?
You know, that's coming in the mail, man. I actually did that.
Word?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know I'm going to post that shit on Instagram when I get it. You know it's going to say trying to go from a bus pass to a passport.
Yes, sir.
From JanSport. So y'all know the caption already. I'm giving it up already.
You have you like I said, you've touched stages all over the city already. Yeah. But you did mention, I want to cycle back to that. We are going to get to see you do some stuff in Portland potentially.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I can say it right now. I got something set up for November 12th at Jack London.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I think we're gonna roll out some shit then.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a couple of. Oh, and also, I got not a perform, but I'm doing a couple songs at Roots Marketplace.
Oh, word.
July 22nd. Knock out some of the cobwebs there.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll be doing any of the new stuff, but I'm definitely gonna be performing there, and I'm looking to put together like a release party.
Oh, word.
Even if it's after, it was gonna be after when we come out. I just want to give people a situation where we could all listen to the music together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to do for sure.
That's what's up, B. Well, you know, hopefully it goes without saying, man, whatever I can do to be a part of the promotion or support in any way, man, you just let me know.
For sure, I will, bro. That's something else I've been trying to, like, do better is including everybody else in the process. Yeah. That's something else Deuce a guru, man.
Yeah.
That's something else Deuce was telling me, like, bro, involve people.
Yeah. He's good people. He's good people, man. And the stuff that he's done, the stuff that he's doing right now with Grand National and East Shore Highway.
They cold, man.
Yeah,
Jane
a whole
is in
nother
that.
level. Yep, she's in Grand National. Whole nother level, man. I think definitely a collective that artists might want to take a peek at and see the impact that they're having, not just musically, not just with the art that they make, but you look at the community stuff that they're doing.
Facts.
Coming together and
no
like,
ego.
Yeah, not at all.
When you drop the ego, it allow you to do shit that you couldn't have did before with it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm learning a lot about the ego.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
If people are trying to tap in with you, man, we mentioned it a couple of times. I mean, like I said, you're active on social. If people want to tap in and just kind of see what's up, man, how should people tap in with you?
Bro, if you got my number, you can hit me direct.
There it is.
But online, you got Twitter, that's Mike Capes Raps. Instagram, you got Mike Capes Raps. Facebook, you got Mike Capes. And emails, mike.capes@gmail.com. But and if you see me in person, we could talk, man. I'm not going to Hollywood or big dog nobody.
Word up.
I'll talk to you, bro. It's not. It's because I think some people get the idea that I'm not approachable for some reason. But like, I just don't believe in biting my tongue, so I say shit on social media. It's not to get a rise out of nobody or nothing.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it won't be it'll be a lot of the same when I meet you, but like, it's not gonna be no back and forth shit. We just gonna talk.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm okay with talking with people that got different opinions than me and everything else.
Yeah.
So if you see me, we can talk. It ain't even got to be about music.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay. Since you said that, man, last question.
Okay. I'm cool with all the questions.
So you from Portland, born and raised?
Yeah. St. John's.
Bruh. So what your Trailblazers be?
What's up, my Trailblazers, bro?
Why
they tripping, bro?
Yeah, bro.
I don't know, man. Neil O'Shea. Neil O'Shea, the problem.
Come on, bro.
But
come on, bro.
I'm gonna keep riding with the Trailblazers for sure.
Yeah,
bro. I'm a big Blazer fan.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I guess and then one more question. This is the last question. Why your shoe game gotta be so tight, bro?
I don't know, bro. I think it's making up for when I ain't had the money to buy a lot of the shoes, honestly.
Word.
And blame it on my older brother too. That's on the back end of what would Jesus do?
What would Johnny?
What would Johnny do, bro? But on the back end of that, my brother talking shit.
Yep.
But him, man, growing up in a villa, he always found a way to have the tightest shoes somehow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was inspiration, big time.
Word up.
I like tennis shoes, man.
Yeah, it's obvious, Mike.
Yeah.
It's very obvious.
My wife would tell me I need to chill. But I think I'm doing better, bro. I try to sell two before I buy one. So.
There you go. There you go.
That's what comes
with business
being,
mind.
That's what comes with being having a wife.
That's true.
With some sense.
Exactly. Shout out to wifeys, man. Shout out to my wife. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the wifeys out there, man.
That's what I meant by like accountability and things like that, man. They'll get you where they feel like you can do better at.
Word up. Word up.
Same with music.
Yeah.
Same with music, bro.
Yeah. Keeping you on point. In spite of, it's available right now. One more time, it's going to be on all the digital platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your music.
In spite of,
yes, sir.
Out 7/20.
Yes, sir.
That is July 20th. That's Monday at 9 p.m. because it's 12 a.m. somewhere. So it's out. It's going to be out. You can pre-order it right now on iTunes. I'm going to put it on Bandcamp, though.
Yeah, yes.
On Sunday. Mm-hmm. And I feel like y'all should buy it off Bandcamp because that best supports the artist.
Yes.
It's direct money, bro.
We gotta support the artist for real.
And there'll be news on the listening party and stuff soon.
Okay. We're going to keep them updated right here.
Yeah, man.
Mike Klyph, in spite of, bruh, it's been... All right, so the next time we do this, it can't be whatever it's been 4 years.
Hell no.
Nah. Yeah, we gotta do it sooner than that, man.
Nah, bro. You know how many college graduates done passed? High school people done graduated. 4 years, bro.
Yo, that's crazy.
Babies.
I didn't even think about it that way. Man.
I got a gray hair now, bro. Come on, man.
Stop it with that.
And he gonna wait 4 years for this, bro. Come on, man. I got a single gray in my chin I just plucked out.
Mike calling me out.
When you get your first gray, man?
Oh my gosh, bro. I got so many now, I don't even know.
Man, I was stressed. I said, That's
a sign of wisdom, bro. That's all it is. That's wisdom.
31 with one of these. I got a few, though.
Yeah, I got so many now. I got more gray than I got anything else. Man, I'm so happy for you, bro. I love the project, and I love you, man. I love your journey, and I'm glad to be on it with you, bro.
Man, likewise, man. Likewise. I appreciate it big time.
For sure. Once again, Mike Klyph, get the new one, and just get ready for more, man. Excited for what's to come. A couple shout outs, man.
Hey, we got to shout out Speck's Records again.
I'm just getting into that, man.
Mike in the back.
Speck's Records and Tapes in Portland. Yo, Mike, what street this on? Denver
Avenue
in Portland, Oregon. Come through. The vibe is dope. And they got some dope records. I see cassettes in here.
Yeah.
I see some hi-fi in here. Y'all might not know what that is for y'all young heads.
I'm gonna ask you about that after this because I don't want to be embarrassed.
Once again, man, shout out to Speck for being a supporter of this episode of the Klyph Notes podcast. Shout out to Akepele Apparel for their continued support of the Klyph Notes podcast. Yeah. And then this is going to release in July. So just a reminder to everyone, August 20th through August the 26th, it's PDX Hip Hop Week. It kicks off on the 20th at Lola's Room at the Crystal Ballroom with Mike Check. It's the Portland album release event for Boom Bap Project. We got Boom Bap Project performing, releasing their first album in like 15 years. We got Cool Nuts on the bill. We got the homie JB from Oklahoma. We got Hanif is on the bill. We got Kunu. DJ OG1 is going to be in the building, raising funds for hip hop fighting cancer. And then, of course, we're going to recognize DJ Ambush for the work that he's done in the city and with the numbers.
Dope.
Shout out to our supporters on that event. Shout out to Ear Trumpet Labs. Dope microphones manufactured right here in Portland. Ear Trumpet Labs. Shout out to Cascade Record Pressing. All of your vinyl needs manufacturing right here.
I'ma holla at y'all.
Word up for that vinyl, you know what I mean? Shout out to Green Muse, the first hip hop cannabis dispensary, formerly known as Green Hop. Yeah, now Green Muse, for their support of Mic Check. Shout out to our media sponsors, X-Ray FM and of course The Numbers. And I'm forgetting somebody.
Shout out J Brown Visuals, man.
Shout out J Brown Visuals.
Over there burning his phone battery and his camera battery for this.
No doubt.
Dedication.
Yes, sir. And then last but never ever least, man, shout out to Theory Hazit for creating the official theme song for the Klyph Notes podcast.
That's why this beat is slapping.
You know what I mean?
I need one, bro.
Come on, bro.
It's been more than 4 years.
Theory be putting in work. He be putting in work, too,
I got a theory. How about you let me on one of your beats, bro? How about that, bro? No, what's up?
Yo, man, check out the Klyph Notes podcast everywhere you listen to audio, man. Audible, Pandora, Google Podcasts, iHeart Radio. Like, we everywhere, man. you got questions or comments, you can hit me up at klyphnotes@gmail.com. You can also subscribe and rate and comment and all of that. And just spread the word, man. Let people know that you rock with the Klyph Notes podcast. And you rock with Mike Capes. And you rock with everybody that you heard about on the podcast. If you want to support the movement, you can check out the Patreon, DJ Klyph on Patreon. At any rate, man, thank y'all so much for listening. Thank you for your support. Thank you, Mike Capes, for rocking with me, man, for all of these years, man. I truly appreciate you. And until we have an opportunity to do this again, y'all be blessed. Peace.
All right. I'm mad, bro. That beat is cold.